Hi, I'm Larry Urey. I want to talk to you about my novel, The Rapture Button. The lunatics, fools, and thieves that currently run our White House live inside a self-referential balloon inflated by their own hot air. Satire is the needle that pops the balloon. Let me show you what I mean by reading to you a passage from the novel. Senator Whiteside reclines in his black leather desk chair, wrapped in a peppermint-striped barber's apron, getting his shoulder-length golden hair trimmed. I prayed on it, the senator announces in his basso voice, and God told me to take the money. Get serious, Sam. God can count that high? The retort comes from a woman standing at the window behind him. The Lord provides, Hannah. Samson closes his eyes. The stylist snips his fringes. The woman, Hannah McKenna, is 15 years Samson's junior. Her tight twirled hair bears her namesake feature, a dusky red stripe running at an angle across the otherwise glossy black curls. Her long legs, arms, and neck lend grace to her black sleeveless top and knee-length black wool skirt. The burnt almond hue of her face is spiced with pepper freckles. She has narrow midnight eyes, a sharp nose, and lips so pressed their expressions have learned to live at the ends. She tosses a twitch of a frown toward the back of Samson's flowing locks. Above him, on the opposite wall, a nearly life-size oil painting of Jesus hangs in a golden frame. The risen one is suspended in a heavenly mist. Beautiful bare white feet dangle beneath his flowing red robe. His gentle eyes meet the onlooker's gaze. The glow of his halo shades his hair approximately blonde. Hannah puts her back to him and returns her attention to her phone. The hairstylist is a woman of Vietnamese descent with a river of straight black hair and a body so small that she must stand on a footstool in order to work her tiny hands across Samson's large head. Her petite legs curve prettily out of her miniskirt. She whisks the apron off Samson's chest and hands him a mirror. Samson inspects his hair while the stylist runs a vacuum cleaner over the carpet beneath the chair. When the noise of the vacuum stops, Samson fishes 4 $100 bills from his wallet. He waves the money over his shoulder. The stylist grabs her pay, plucks the mirror from Samson's other hand, folds her footstool, and leaves. $50 billion for a presidential campaign? Hannah resumes the argument, her eyes still intent on the messages scrolling across her phone. Those stinkers are buying the White House. She sits in a corner of the couch facing Samson's desk and buffs the spotless leather with the heel of her hand. We're crossing a line here, Sam. He watches her cross her legs. From her pointed black medium-heel shoes, sheer black stockings rise to the barely seen hem of the black silk slip beneath her skirt. His review of her body rises to her not quite too tight black silk top. He says, "Could you put on your jacket?" The jacket is draped over the back of a chair. Instead of reaching for it, she crosses her unclothed forearms over her chest and asks, "Why?" In spite of the tightening of her lips, the edges of her frown curl into a smile. Samson suggests, for a show of modesty, but her suppressed grin kindles his broad smile. She says, "I'm a citizen of American States South. I have a right to bear arms." let's do that balloon thing again. It's kind of fun. As we go on to explore a little more what the novel, The Rapture Button, is about. Boom. It's harder than it looks. Let's talk about what the Rapture Button has to say about our current political mess. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to memorize all of this, so I'm just going to read it to you. Bear with me. There's a word to describe an angry rant about the condition of the world. It's called a screed. Let me read mine to you. The saving grace of this novel's hero, Samson Whiteside, is that he truly believes what he preaches. When he insists that God provides, he is giving voice to the core philosophy of his life. He thinks he has been chosen from on high to be the leader who brings godliness to his people. This makes him an essentially different person from the thieves and hypocrites who are currently swarming around inside the sealed-off balloon world of King Trump's White House. As we see in the news day after day, the Trumpsters have convinced themselves that the way to cover their lies is to paint them over with bigger lies. They have no sense of what the truth is. King Trump, with his usual evil cunning, has surrounded himself with people who find their purpose in feeding his insatiable need for greed. Inside their balloon, they construct a world that is sheltered from any relation to fact-based reality. Time for another balloon. Almost got away. Samson Whiteside's march into darkness starts when he accepts an incredibly large donation to finance his run for the presidency. His talisman of power is the big white Bible he takes with him everywhere. His belief that he is God's chosen instrument is bolstered by times when his massive body enables him to perform what seem like miraculous feats of strength. His only mentor, the one person who might lead him out of his prison of faith, is Hannah McKenna. The novel explores the tension between wills and hearts. In a desperate gamble, she places herself in a mortal danger from which only he can save her. I wrote this book as a call to action. We need to rise up, protest, and vote these rascals out of power.